Tellemtribe Tarot, daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading on this beautiful full moon. As you can see, I got the full moon in my workspace. And I hope that you're feeling good, feeling great as always. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. This is just going to be a nice quick read for you to give you any information that you may need right now. And so we're going to start off with an oracle card. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. You know how to book a personal reading. The links are always going to be where they need to be. Like the channel, join the membership, share the video to share the world, all that good stuff. So Spirit, please provide me with the guided messages for Gemini right now. So Gemini, endings are inevitable. So obviously, this card is very much giving self-explanatory. And if there was something that you were putting off, you could be walking away from a job and you're just staying at a job because you're afraid that you won't be able to find a better job, and you're putting off that ending, but you know you have to do better and elevate yourself to find something better that brings out the best in you. It's time to take that initiative. Or it could be a relationship with someone who brings out the worst in you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a platonic relationship where the friend that you have is just seems like this person, they like to rank you, as we like to say where I'm from, or put you on the chopping block in front of other people, or just make you feel insignificant or less than when other people are around, but act like you are the world to them when no one else is around. It's time to put an end to that, or put an end to self-doubt and holding yourself back from accomplishing the things that you deserve to experience, because you may feel as if you're not ready as yet. You're looking off into the distance quite often. That's what you may have found yourself to be doing, not taking the steps that you know you can take but are afraid to, or just don't necessarily know exactly how to, so you're not doing anything at all. So your skies may seem, emphasis on seem, italicized, seem gray, but endings are inevitable. It could be an ending with someone that you thought was going to be your person, and they are just not biting your bait, or you're not biting their bait because you don't trust them. We don't have enough information to know, but the energies and the channel messages that I'm feeling, these are the things that are coming to an end soon, and you have to take the initiative to ensure that happens. What else do we have? Protest, start a revolution, standing on what you believe, standing up for yourself. This is given very much Hierophant energy, just standing up on your principles and not letting your guards down and blowing your boundaries out the water to accommodate things that aren't for you when you know it does not align with your purpose. And then finally, mourning. The world awaits you. After you address the things that don't sit well with you, that's when you are going to start to feel as if your life has purpose, because I feel an energy of lethargicness. I don't even know if lethargicness is a word, but I know lethargic is a word. But just feeling very sluggish right now, and having bursts of energy and then feeling sluggish. It's like an up and down, like a seesaw for you. So the morning is your time to embrace and do new things and to take action. So if you're used to coming home from a long day of work and then having a lot of responsibilities to accomplish, and then find that you're not getting anything done, this is your sign right now that you have to switch your routines to make sure that you're handling those important things in the morning. And the interesting part about it is that some of you may not even be morning people or persons, but you have to get those things done in the morning because you lose momentum in as the day goes by. So that's what we got for those channeled messages right there, Gemini, and this beautiful full moon. Let's pull an oracle for love. We're going through with the oracles because that's what I feel we need to be doing right now. And then we're going to pull a few cards to get a full view of what you got going on. It feels so good to be alive, Gemini, and another day is here for you to... Oh, that's the card. 2 cards we're going to read. Another day is here for you to make things happen and to give yourself a chance. You know, the chance that you constantly take away from yourself because you feel you're not ready. I feel like someone is always saying, I'm not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Something's not ready yet. It's just not ready yet. Or you just don't have enough resources yet. Whatever. Enough is enough. So let's see. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So this one is for somebody who is used to rushing things. I feel an energy of someone who wants a lot really quickly. You may be the one to always make the first move. You may be the one that is the aggressor in your connections. Even when you meet friends platonically, you're like, hi, my name is Gemini. What's your name? What do you do? You know, you're the high energy person. Or if you're attracted to someone and you're not even sure if they're attracted to you as yet, and you're very much attractive. So you're not thinking that you won't be received well. You're just a go-getter. This is just saying to embrace your friendships and to, you know, take things slowly. Look at the depth of a situation before just, you know, skidding by on the surface. So nurture the bonds of the friendships within the friendship within your relationship or relationships, and your love life will dramatically improve. Meaning, focus on being your person's friend, or whomever that person is that you're interested in. You may feel as if they are not as interested in you, but that's not necessarily the case. It's just that you want too much to happen too soon. Someone needed to hear that. Now, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. This is the light, Gemini. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into the light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. It's all it takes. It's just a thought, Gemini. Okay, so that's something else that someone needed to hear. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, Gemini. Spirit, I'm gonna ask that you provide us with the guided messages for the Gemini collective. I trust that these messages are right on time for whomever needs to hear it, and whoever it does not resonate with will be intelligent enough to book a personal reading and be kind in the comments because I don't got time. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your reading, Gemini. Beautiful angels, spirit guides, and ancestors, please provide us with the guided messages for Gemini. What does Gemini? I got this candle wax all over my stuff. The messages that Gemini needs to hear right now. All right, Gemini. Yes, Gemini. All right. Overall energy is the strength, Gemini. So you feel empowered, or you are wanting to build your emotional senses. You want to be a stronger emotional being. You may feel that you're not as strong right now, that you don't have enough willpower, or you're not stronger than your mind. You may feel like your mind is taking advantage of your life. And if your mind is not intact, everything around you seems out of whack. And that's what you may feel like life is just strong arming you, and you just want to get a control of your mind. There's a very strong energy of that. The challenge is the Page of Swords. Definitely a mental thing here. So your breeding ground needs to be clear. That's another thing, Gemini. Your focus is the Two of Swords. Sticking to your decisions, sticking to your precepts, your concepts, your principles, sticking to what you know is right. Remember I mentioned the Hierophant, you know, sticking to those values. I feel like some of you are bending your bending your values, bending your boundaries, or not even having enough boundaries to call the shots in the connections that you have, being a pushover in some regard. You know, it may not resonate with everyone. I don't want to hear no backlash, okay? It's going to resonate for somebody. All right, with the Eight of Wands being the advice and the overall energy being the judgment. We got the Knight of Cups as the what you hope for. Someone is hoping that someone sees their worth. And then the Ten of Swords is the possible outcome. You see what's happening? I feel like you're given. I had a reading where I don't recall because they just come back to back to back like that. But I felt like you were giving your power away, or someone was giving their power away. And you give your power away by overthinking about the future, by worrying about the past, and by not trusting your intuition, and by allowing people's perception of you to affect what you have going on. And most times, a lot of the times, the things that you may be experiencing is all made up in your mind. Not saying that you're crazy, but we all got a little bit of that little sprinkle, a little bit of crazy, and that's right, Gemini. So I feel like a lot of the times the things that you're going through is just you creating this persona in your mind about things that are happening. Not saying that they're not necessarily happening. Gonna light me another cone because my little cones went out. But what I am saying is that you have to believe in your capability and your ability to overcome things and not give your power away by overthinking about the things that has not happened as yet. I feel like sometimes you underestimate your ability to see things through. You might underestimate your ability to make things happen, and by doing so you don't get it done. Or sometimes you worry so much that you don't even realize that you got through what you thought was just not gonna, what you thought wasn't gonna happen. So Gemini, you have a lot of cleaning up to do. Some of you, your rooms might not be in order. Some of you, like me, maybe redecorating. I cannot get this shit to stand the hell up. This is why I do this before I start the reading, y'all, and I just burnt my finger. I said ow on the inside. So let's look at this from a grand scale, okay? So what you're leaving behind is literally the Eight of Cups. There is something that you are needing to leave behind, and I feel like it's the doubt that you have in yourself. Why is the Eight of Cups here? The Three of Wands. The doubt that you have that can be inspired by the comparisons that you've made or the comparisons that were imposed on you. That needs to stop, Gemini. Especially going into this new season and manifesting these new things, and the doubt that you might have within yourself, or the doubt that's being projected on you by the opinions of the people that don't even matter in your life are being internalized by you. And I feel like that's why the Eight of Cups is here, as far as you walking away, walking into the retreat of certainty and leaving bygones behind, and knowing that you are taking this journey of success and abundance. And sometimes it's a lonesome journey, and you have to embrace that. Now, your focus right now needs to be making your decision and sticking to it. So if you know you have to leave behind doubt, and there's someone around you that's constantly planting this seed, and you're thinking about that person, for this, whomever this resonates with, someone who makes you feel uncomfortable, someone who doesn't give you the assurance that you need. And if you're dealing with people who are focusing on the things that aren't going right in your life, now it's time for you to disassociate from them. And I think that's what's been your difficulty, is you're wanting to play the neutral road or the neutral card because you don't want to upset anyone at this time in your life. You just don't want any negativity in your life. It's not because you're afraid of just doing a clearinghouse, but it's just like you're always the one that's doing the clearinghouse. You're always the one that's clearing shit up and having to cut everything off and start from scratch and be alone again. So it's just like you're saying, I can compromise some things, but you have to be careful what you're compromising and who you're keeping around, just so that you don't have to compromise losing them. So now there's some things that you have to leave behind. It may be some people or some habits. All right. So Gemini, what your strength is in your ability to call bullshit when you see it. Your deal is like you're so good at calling drama when you see it, and you need to keep that momentum going, because that's going to keep the drama up out of your life. In the near future, you're going to have to persevere through some bullshit. Why is the 9 of Wands here? The Death card, the changes that you have to make, because you're claiming that you want to get up out of this emotional rut, this mental rut. You want to get up out of this dead end job, or you want to get up out of this connection that keeps taking you back to a place that you don't want to be involved in, but you don't want to upset anyone in the process because you've done enough of that. You want to be the peacemaker now. You want to be the voice of reason now. You want to be the person to inspire changes in other people. But what are you sacrificing? You're sacrificing your happiness to make amends with people who don't even need to be around right now. I think what's happening is there's a major change happening, and your abundance is on the other side of it. And because you want to bring people around, sometimes you just not bring people around, but bring a certain individual along because you see the potential in them that they don't see in themselves. So that's where the judgment comes from in your environment, where you're going to have to make those changes. You're going to have to decide, okay, I know I'm not perfect. I know they're not perfect, but I don't necessarily have to prove that I'm flawed by keeping flawed people around me. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're paying a debt that you don't have to pay. The advice is the 8 of Wands. You got to make a move. You have to move. You have to get moving. Move this shit along. Like, move this out of your way. Spirit is strongly telling you to walk away from something that you are trying so desperately to hang on to. Death. 9 of Wands. The devil being the strength, knowing that you know what's not good for you. Walking away in the past. Making the decisions, being decisive. What you need to focus on is knowing when to part ways with things. It's just the knowledge of knowing. The knowledge of knowing. It's just knowing. And knowing is half the battle, but now it's about doing, taking initiative. So your fear is the Knight of Cups. Your fear is that if you don't get this shit together in time, you're going to miss out on whatever is meant for you. And you can't miss out on whatever is meant for you if it's for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's somebody that you feel is aligned with you right now, and you just want to sop them up with a biscuit, and you can't really have them in the way that you want because they're not showing you everything. And I feel like that's why you're lagging behind. That's for one energy. Can I get clarification on the Knight of Cups? Yeah, you see the potential in something, and sometimes the what we want really badly is just not the right time, and you have to be okay with that. Otherwise, you're going to cause yourself unnecessary grief with the 10 of Swords. The advice is for you to keep moving. I also see someone that needs to travel. There's a trip that you should be taking, or a trip that you're about to take. You can't take this person with you. I don't even think they have a passport. You can't take them, or you can't take that mental shit with you. You have to leave it behind, Gemini. And I feel like this full moon energy has you feeling more motivated. But then there's a moment where you're just thinking about bringing back the past, bringing it back into the present, when you cannot have both. You have to decide. And I think that for a long time, your guides have been saying change is needed. Change needs to happen. Being patient with people and what they got going on is great. Being patient with your circumstances and what you have going on is great. But you also have to know when it's time to change the climate. It's time to change the temperature. Okay, Gemini. So I am going to pull a closing oracle card for you, closing message for you. I'm gonna shuffle this 3 times and then we out. Shuffle this 3 times and then we out. Look how beautiful this moon looks. How does the moon look for y'all? But this Knight of Cups energy, Gemini, I feel like there's this a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy right now that you really want to keep around. But you cannot get so connected emotionally with this where you allow it to keep you stagnated. You could keep them around for a little while, but not for the long haul, Gemini. Everybody can go on this little trip, man. It's time for you to travel. Everybody can't go on this trip. I mean that metaphorically. Everybody can't go on the trip, Gemini. Okay. Okay. Oh, this came out. So let's do it like this. Reclaim your body. Body is home, self, and release emotions from your body. So just reclaim your existence, Gemini. Remember who you are. Remember who you are meant to be. Listen to your inner child. Listen to the things within you that makes you feel good. And then listen to what makes you uncomfortable. Release the things that aren't for you. Reclaim your body, your mind, your soul, your aura. You are a goddess. You're a god. You are purposeful. You are wonderfully made. You are made to do great things. And you're not supposed to be sitting still waiting on people to give you the go ahead. So if it's that job that we talked about that it's time for you to release, it's time. If it's that relationship we talked about that it's time for you to release, it's time. If it's that change of scenery, it's time. The 8 of Wands was the advice, and it's time for you to make a quick move. It's just that simple. I was watching some video somewhere, and it was talking about like when you get stuck and stagnated, or people who procrastinate, like little things that you can do so that you can get it done. And this one dude was just like, he was like, you just count from 5 to 1. And as soon as you get the 1, you just get up and you do that thing. And it's the same thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about it. Just go. Just do it. And that is just what it is. That's just the blockage between where you are and where you're supposed to be next. Just go. Okay? So I hope this message resonates with you, Gemini. If you'd like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description. Turn on post notifications. Click like to show love to the video, which in turn shows love to the channel. Share the video to share the wealth. Join the channel membership. And until next time, love and light, tribe.